Hello, I'm going to do the Taurus Oracle reading for what you need to focus on now. As always, take what resonates, leave what does not. The link to the cards that I'm using is down below if you're interested in any of the cards. Also, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. It is greatly appreciated. All right, so we're going to start with our animal oracle for what does Taurus need to focus on. We have give with gratitude and grace. So I feel like it's focusing on those things, focusing on the positive, focus what you have on your plus column. Also, I feel like it's giving back to those people that you feel have helped you, and not thinking about what you're going to get in return. Also, it always makes me feel good, you know, when you give someone a little bit of an extra tip for helping you out, or like my nail person or a server or somebody that you feel has gone out of their way to give them that tip. That always feels good. And I can tell you 100% that when you give out, it comes back, and sometimes it comes back even bigger and better. It has happened to me many times, and it's not that I do it to have something come back, but it makes me feel good. And because I've given with gratitude and grace, that it's come back to me, like the universe rewards you. So I feel like what you need to focus on is kind of giving back, but also thinking about all of those things that you have that are positive in your life, all of those accomplishments that you've done, you know, all of the positive things that you have around you, is to focus on that. And especially like with it being November and Thanksgiving coming up, because that's what it's for, is like being thankful for those family members, those relationships, those friendships, those people that we have around you, all of those positive things that we have going on around us, and being thankful for those and thinking about those and acknowledging those. Sometimes we just take those for granted, right? And we don't really realize how lucky we were until if they're taken away from us. So focusing on that. We have our star dragons, and we have resilience, finding your limits. There also may be a situation where you have to put some limits on something. Like if you feel like you've had enough of something, or you don't want to deal with something, or it's a relationship or a situation, and you're like, you know what? My limit is this, that I will do this for this amount of time, and then I'm done, right? That I can only put so much into a situation, and then I have to set my limits. It also could be some challenges that are coming up for you, and you find your limits. Like you're like, I don't know how long I can do this, but you find a limit in a situation. We have our wisdom of the oracle, and we have building blocks. So what do you need to focus on? Those building blocks, right? Finding your limits, being thankful, giving back, building those building blocks that you have that make your life feel more fulfilled, that make you feel more happy, that make you feel more focused. What are those building blocks that you have in order to reach your goals, or to like, there's lots of different pieces of the puzzle that you have to put together within life, right? Excuse me, your relationships, your work, you know, home life balance, that self-care balance, and giving back to others, and all of your responsibilities that you have. It's those building blocks that you have that, and you find, okay, well, I can spend this amount of time on this and that amount of time on that. And that's what help to build things up versus things falling down or coming apart. So focus on those building blocks this week. And a couple of those are finding your limits and gratitude and grace. All right, I don't know. All right, let me fix these here. There we go. Okay, now they're all facing the same way. So we have our whispers of healing. Let's see, that's a whole stack, so I'm just going to take this top one. Well, that's interesting. So what do you need to focus on? Triggers. What triggers you? Triggers can be, I think they're glimmers, positive triggers. And then we have our negative triggers, but I feel like it goes back to finding your limits. So I feel like what you need to focus on is your limits for things, right? As far as negativity, but I also feel like triggers can represent those positive things. Like for me, a positive one is flowers. So I buy myself flowers and I put them in a beautiful vase that I have, and they make me smile. And every time I walk by those, I have them on my kitchen counter, and every time I walk by those, they make me smile and they make me happy and they make me feel good. Also, I have, candles. So you turn a candle on and it makes you feel good. It makes you feel happy. I have one of those fireplaces where it's electrical and you just press the button and it turns on and the flames come up. And that's a positive one for me because she has a big smile here, right? She has a big smile. She has a smile. We've got a few bright colored ones. She's surrounded by flowers. And we also have some darker ones here. That are going on here. So it's like, it's those positive and those negatives. So focusing on what are your positive triggers and what are your negative triggers. And then do you need to set some limits on those negative triggers? So that's what you need to focus on. And that again is part of those building blocks to building a strong foundation for yourself. We have our Tarot Grand Lux. So I'll pull one of these cards. We have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is about, he's somebody who is very stable. He is very secure. He is very dedicated. He is very determined. He is very smart with business, with money, with finances. He's also a king, so he's very strong. He's resilient. And I feel like it's finding your inner power and your inner strength this week. And part of those, again, is working on these things, working on your building blocks, working on your triggers. But I also feel like it's finding that stability and that faith and that belief within yourself and feeling strong and feeling confident and making those choices and decisions that are best for you. And it could have to do with finances or a career or a job or material things, and really asking yourself, do I really need those things? Do I need to have a budget? Do I need to set some limits? Do I need to sell some things? Do I need to refocus my career? Is there another business that I want to start? What do my finances look like? And do I need to work on those this week, and have more control over those? And that's, again, part of these building blocks. All right, I'm going to grab a Psychic Tarot Oracle card to close it out. Oh, we have two that came through. All right, so this is the we have three. We have the Four of Pentacles, which is a firm foundation. I love it. I love when the cards repeat the energy. A firm foundation, and that's what I was saying here with the building blocks, having that firm foundation. So again, this is another message for you that this is what you need to focus on, is having a firm foundation so that when these challenges come in, you feel that you are confident in your choices and your decisions and your limits and your triggers and where it is you want to go and what you want to have happen. All right, we have the Nine of Wands, which is spiritual strength, right? Having that faith and belief, whatever that may be, having that feeling strong in that. And then we have, I love it, so we have the Ace of Pentacles. Prosperity begins. Yes, it does, without a doubt. When you are working on these things, when you are having these building blocks and you're putting things together, you're figuring out things, what works for you, what doesn't work for you. Prosperity begins because you're working on these building blocks, right? You're working on that. And aces are new beginnings, right? That prosperity and that could be a new job, it could be opportunities, it could do with finances, like I was saying here with the King, feeling like you are in control of your life and the decisions, and you've kind of set those boundaries, those limits, and you're surrounding yourself with those things that work for you with this. So I really feel like it's doing that kind of setting things up, right? Focusing on what works for you. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.